Big-time hit from Granham. Driven in the air, deep to right. If it's fair, it's gone. Red Slam!
All right.
Okay, good evening. Welcome to the 2025 Spring Awards Night. I want to kick things off tonight by thanking the staff in the athletic department, Mrs. Garvin, Kelly Mahoney, Vanessa Pilar, and Eli Brooks. Let's give a big round of applause for them. There is so much stuff that goes on behind the scenes that obviously, you don't see, you don't need to see it. But what this staff does on a daily basis and how hard they work is one of the reasons why I feel like we have the best athletic department in the area. The next thing I had written down, our main focus is to give the coaches and student athletes a great experience, and I believe we do that to the best of our ability. And that's really our job. We buy equipment, we schedule games, we schedule buses, we do all that stuff, but it's our main focus is to give the student athletes and the coaches a good experience at Durfee High School, and we hope that we did that for you, and I think that we do a really good job, so thank you again. At this time, I would like to recognize the 8 members of Durfee's academic top 10 that are all multi-sport student athletes. Katarina Rumsey, Owen Monis, Olivia Rumsey, William Rumsey, Madison Tabikas, Michaela Gonzalez, Casey Aguiar Juarez, and Madison Ferreira. How about a big round of applause for them? Outstanding. The spring is always the most difficult season due to the weather and all the end-of-year events taking place. There are many distractions, and it is very easy for some to decide not to play or decided to quit their teams during the season. I want to congratulate all the student athletes here that remain dedicated and committed to your teams. This is a character trait that will help you always in the future. All of you here have faced some kind of adversity during the season, and learning how to deal with that is one of the greatest skills that you will ever learn going forward. And that's what it's all about. All the things that playing a sport can teach you and everything that it's about, it's way more than the wins and losses. It's everything that you learned on the field from your coaches, getting, day to day, getting to school, doing everything you need to do. That's how you be successful. And again, finishing something. All right, not quitting, not giving up. You finished it, so congratulations. We had many great team accomplishments as well as several individual achievements that you will hear about this evening. Thank you to all the dedicated coaches. Our student athletes are extremely lucky to have you. I also want to thank the Boosters Club. The Boosters Club pays for 2 awards for every varsity team in our department, and they volunteer at several events throughout the year, and they also donate money to the Athletes of the Year. Lastly, to all of the parents and the guardians who have supported your student athletes through it all, we cannot thank you enough. That is what being Topper Tough is all about. At the conclusion of the award ceremony, we will announce the male and female Athletes of the Year. After, we will go to the first floor cafeteria and the third floor cafeteria, and that's where coaches will pass out their certificates, bars, pins, and letters, and then any other awards that they might have. But now, I am going to kick it to the Master of Ceremonies, Evan Massoud. Thank you.
Thank you, Brad. I think, Vanessa, next time we need some walk-up music, huh? What do you think? I mean, especially it's baseball season, right? Softball season, we always hear the walk-up music as you guys come to the plate, So, well, it's an honor to be with you tonight. I got to host for winter sports, and that was quite a thrill. And I'm honored that the athletic department asked me to come back and do it again here for the spring, and hopefully as we move forward here for seasons to come. I start every broadcast that we do on Fred TV by saying my name and welcoming everybody to Durfee. Well, there's a reason for that. It's about consistency, and it's about having a routine. And I can tell you this year, thanks to what was kind of a rigorous schedule for us and trying to get as much coverage as we could for all of you, we did that over 60 times this school year, between fall, winter, and now spring sports. And I'm sure your coaches have talked to you all about routine and consistency as an athlete as well. Two very important things. We had some great accomplishments this season, spring 2025, from both individuals and as a team. And you all deserve a round of applause for all your hard work. The best part is that, it's a mix, right? We have some of you who have just played or competed in your 12th season and final season, and some of you who may have came out to a sport for the first time, and it's equally as great. So congrats on your commitment to being a high school athlete. As athletic director Brad Bussin said, spring sports is a grind. We know that. The weather's a big part of it. We feel it too. We had below freezing wind chills for softball and some of the outdoor sports earlier in the year. Soaking rain. It's still raining, by the way. So it's been a grind, and we all got through it. You all got through it, and it put you to the test. So athletes, as we begin the night, I want you to give a big hilltopper roar for your coaching staff. And transversely there, I want you coaches to give it up for your players. Let's hear it, coaches. Come on. And finally, because we do have some here, of course, to all of you graduates who walked the stage and got your diplomas last Friday, let's give it up for the class of 25. All right, that's enough from me. Let's hand out some hardware. Are we ready to rock? All right. Okay. Leading off tonight's lineup, the baseball team, led by head coach Mike Martin, with JV coach Bill Thran, freshman coach Corey Cardero, and assistant coaches Alex Benavides, Devin Sanders, Jeff Davis, Robert Hargraves, and John Bananca. Baseball, come on forward, please, to the front of the stage. So each of the head coaches gave us a write-up, kind of a recap for their season, their respective seasons. So this from Coach Martin to recap 2025. It was an overall successful spring for the baseball team, who went 12-8 in the regular season. Despite a disappointing early exit from the playoffs at the hands of Franklin in the first round, the team did make the state tournament for the 5th straight season, finishing the regular season with a statewide D1 ranking of 21. There's some big wins throughout the year, a couple that come to mind. The 2-1 victory, a walk-off against Taunton, and a no-hit win against Brockton. There were also some disappointing losses, like dropping both games to New Bedford. Boo, I know. The team was led by some strong pitching this year. Tremendous pitching performances from the 3 starters. Senior Matt Almeida was 6-3 with 1 save, 63 innings pitched, a 1.97 ERA, 53 strikeouts, and 13 walks. Junior Will Labrie went 3-1 with 2 saves in 41 2/3 innings pitched, a 1.01 earned run average, 55 Ks, and 11 walks. And senior Jaden Souza went 2-3 with a 28.1 innings pitched, 28 1/3, with a 3.7 ERA, 36 Ks, and 7 walks. Pitching and defense, key components to baseball, and our team had that this year. Despite some offensive struggles, the offense was led by sophomore Matt Sherry. He batted .403 this season, 25 hits, 4 of them doubles, 3 triples, scored 21 runs, stole 26 bases, and drove home 11. Some great individual highlights. Future looks bright for the program, with a strong core of underclassmen coming back next season, mixed in with 3 returning seniors-to-be, Labrie, Joseph Sylvia, and Ethan Travers. An exciting underclassmen as well. We had players like freshman Joseph Sharves and sophomore Thomas Pacheco really grow as players this year. We had a group of players who played JV and freshmen this year, ready to help the program for years to come and ultimately reach that goal of winning a state championship. Baseball 2025. There were 7 seniors on this year's squad. I'm going to name them for you now. Gentlemen, take a step forward as I call your name. Matt Almeida, Jacob Furtado, Owen Moniz, Ben Sherry, Malachi Silvera, Dylan Silvera, and Jaden Souza. Round of applause. There were also 6 Big 3 All-Stars on this team. Joe Sylvia for catcher, Matt Almeida for pitcher, Will Labrie for pitcher, Matt Sherry out in the outfield, Ben Sherry in the outfield, and Jaden Souza for first base. Congratulations. Okay, these next awards are your team awards handpicked by your coaches. So as I call your name, please come up the stage, across the stage, and head on down to the coaching staff. The first 3 are coaches' awards from your coaches. The 3 gentlemen, Owen Moniz, Jaden Souza, and Will Labrie. Come on up. Playing solo, huh? Oh, here he comes, okay. All right, for those of you who don't know baseball, the Cy Young Award is something that goes out to the best pitcher in each league in the major leagues. And this year's Cy Young Award winner for our team goes to Matt Almeida. Great season, Matt. And your baseball MVP goes to Matt Sherry. Congrats, Matt. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our baseball team. Thanks, guys. You can head back to your seats. All right, batting second tonight, boys outdoor track and field. Come on down. The team is led by head coach Corey Sleep, along with assistant coaches Jake Fitzgerald, Tim Griffin, and Ron Thomas. A recap from Coach Sleep on this year's team. Spring track and field was exciting to be around. We had 2 athletes qualify for the D1 meet, Vladson Pereira and Leonardo Alfama. But like them, 90% of the team was new to the sport of track and field. The reason why this season was so exciting is because as a staff, we got to see the athletes' work ethic and love for the sport grow as the season went on. Normally, when you have a track team, most of the kids want to run the 100-meter dash because it's easy. And in fact, at the beginning of the year, most of the athletes did only want to run the 100-meter. But as the year progressed, many athletes came up to the coaching staff asking to try other events, both in the field and on the track. Some of them even switched to distance. It was great to see the kids want to try new events because they wanted to try it, not because it was a coaching direction. To see the athletes realize that the easy way out isn't always the best way goes to show how much they've learned this year. Towards the end of the season, there were actually more runners in the 400 meter than the 100. Go figure. It's an extremely hard event, especially when you hit that last straightaway. There's a lot of pain there. But as a coach, it meant a lot to see the dedication from all of you. Hopefully, the love of the sport these athletes gained grows in the offseason, and they'll continue to put in the work so that next year they can have huge breakthroughs. It's a recap from Coach Sleep for boys track and field. Had 5 seniors on this year's squad. Gentlemen, take a step forward when I call your name. Leonardo Alfama, Darwin Crespo, Christian Elizardo, Oliver Jean-Pierre, and Kenneth Liu. We also had 2 Big 3 All-Stars on the team this year, both in the utility roles for Vladson Pereira and Leonardo Alfama. Give it up, come on. All right. The Rookie of the Year for boys track and field goes to Leandro Ka. Next up, the Coaches Award goes to Vladson Pereira. And your MVP for boys spring outdoor track and field, Leonardo Alfama. We got you doing laps again. Give it up for boys track and field. Thanks, guys. Thanks, coaches. Help me welcome the girls' outdoor track and field team. Lady Hilltoppers are led by head coach Tim Powers with assistant coaches Vanessa Reese and Julie McCullough. All right, a recap for girls track from Coach Powers. 2025 outdoor girls track season was one that saw a lot of growth and success as the season unfolded. The young team had many participants trying track and field for the first time, and it took some time for them to get used to running, essentially, get their feet under them. Coaches were impressed with how some of the younger members of the team stepped up and became leaders for the program while performing at some of the highest levels of Massachusetts track and field. Presley Yentz continued to assert herself as one of the best freshman sprinters in the state. She broke not one, but 2 freshman records that had not been touched since 1998. Jens qualified for states in both events and was joined by other underclassmen like Shayla Harrison, Angela Olabanwu, and Mia Melendez, also qualifiers for D1 state championship meet. Senior Jasmine DeSoto finished her Durfee career by breaking a school outdoor shot put record, which had not been broken, are you ready for this? In over 40 years. That's awesome. DeSoto won the bronze medal in both the shot put and the discus, earning her a spot at the MIAA All-State Meet of Champions in both events. Jens, DeSoto, Olabanwu, and teammate Gabrielle Nozzle were Big Three champions in their events this spring. In spring 2025, 24 members of the team earned an All-Academic Award. And in their final meet of the year, many of the ladies were able to achieve personal bests in their events at conference championships. Girls track and field, everybody. Quite a few seniors on this team. We got a big team here. So 9 seniors. Please take a step forward. Peyton Botello, Asiana Butler, Casey Curran, Jalicia Dawes, Denisa DePina, Jasmine DeSoto, Alani Gonzalez, Ava Gilmet, and Abigail Saunders. All right, Big Three All-Stars are next. First up, Presley Yentz for the 200 meter. Next up, for the 400 meter, Angela Olabanwu. In the triple jump, Gabrielle Nozzle. For the discus, Jasmine DeSoto. In the utility role, Shayla Harrison, Big Three All-Star. Also in the utility role, Mia Melendez. Okay, team awards. The Rookie of the Year, Presley Yentz. This year's Coach's Award goes to Mia Melendez. Okay, 2 MVPs on the team, one for the field events. The field MVP goes to Jasmine DeSoto. And your track MVP for spring 2025, Angela Olabanwu. Ladies and gentlemen, girls spring track and field. Boys tennis, you're up. Come on down. The Big Three champion boys tennis team is led by head coach Gary Howiak and assistant coach Michael Gendro. All right. A recap from Coach Howiak for boys tennis. This season was defined by competitive spirit, consistent performance, and true representation of Hilltopper pride. The boys finished the regular season with a 13-6 record and went undefeated in the Big Three to earn the conference title. Led by 7 seniors, 6 of whom were regular starters, the team consistently competed with discipline and maturity. A few highlights. The first doubles team of Crispin Sokol and Xavier Inacio stood out with a stellar 16-3 record. Yes. Will Rumsey, competing in the number 2 singles spot, delivered an impressive 13-6 record. And at the number 1 singles spot, Colin Fleet held down the top of the lineup with a strong 11-7 record against some of the highest competition in the state. The team clinched a playoff berth and defeated Medford High School right here on campus in the first round before falling to the number 3 seed in the state, Brookline, in the round of 32. Despite the loss, the team demonstrated resilience and composure against a highly talented opponent. Beyond wins and losses, the team knew how to properly behave and always represented Durfee with class and respect. As the players learned quickly, their coach, Gary Howiak, did not tolerate any swearing, ever. Any player who let one slip was promptly assigned 10 laps. The message was clear. Self-control, sportsmanship, and maturity were expected at all times. Several players earned league recognition, including Big Three All-Star honors, and the entire team played with heart and accountability throughout the year. Although we're on losing a strong, experienced senior class, the junior varsity players showed great promise this year. They were motivated, coachable, and consistently worked hard at every practice. They understand the void left by this senior group and are determined to step up next year and keep the program strong. Coach said it was an honor to lead these young men this season. They earned every accolade and left a lasting impact on the program. Boys tennis. As mentioned, 7 seniors on this team. They are Timothy Archambault, Colin Fleet, Mark Forrestal, Ryan Horseman, Xavier Inacio, Will Rumsey, and Crispin Sokol. Big Three All-Star honors for singles, Colin Fleet. Also for singles, Will Rumsey. Also for singles, Kareem Karam. For doubles, Crispin Sokol and Xavier Inacio. You bet. We also have a Big Three Conference MVP on our team, Colin Fleet. Okay, the Coach's Award. Coach Howiak has a write-up for Coaches Award and MVP. So this year's Coaches Award goes to a player who truly exemplifies what it means to be a committed teammate and a quiet leader. He showed up every day ready to work on his game, not for recognition, but because he genuinely cared about the team and wanted to contribute in any way he could. He accepted every role Coach gave him without hesitation, whether it was playing third singles, second doubles, or supporting from the sidelines. Never once complained, never made it about himself, and always found a way to lift those around him. He led by example, supported his teammates through tough matches, and was always the first to cheer on others. He also served as the assistant captain this year, a role he embraced with humility, maturity, and quiet dedication. This player may not have grabbed headlines or led in stats, but his impact on the team was undeniable. It is Coach's honor to present this year's Coach's Award to Ryan Horseman. Okay, and for MVP. Our Most Valuable Player award goes to someone who embraced the responsibility that comes with playing at the top of the lineup. Every match he faced the opponent's best and never backed down. Finished the regular season with an impressive 11-7 record, often setting the tone for the rest of the team with his intensity, presence, and willingness to battle through adversity. He delivered one of the most hard-fought, high-level performances of the year in our playoff match against Brookline, giving their top player everything he could handle. But beyond results, this player carried the weight of the number one spot with pride. And in doing so, he gave everyone else on the roster the room to thrive in their own roles. You can tell this player loves the game, not just from his big serve, big swing, and even bigger tennis bag than everyone else, but from the fire in his eyes every time he steps on the court. He wears his heart on his sleeve, competes with passion, and wants nothing more than to succeed. Coach loves when he sees his clenched fist after a good point. He wants to win not just for himself, but his team. This year's MVP, Colin Fleet. Here you go, Colin. All right, folks, boys tennis, give it up. As the boys head back, let's give it up for the ladies, who were also Big Three champs this year. Come on down. Our girls tennis team is led by head coach Molly Belanger. It's her first year as head coach here for the Lady Hilltoppers. And she had a few words for this year's team. As the first-year coach of Durfee's girls tennis team, I couldn't be more proud of the incredible growth, determination, and teamwork this group of young athletes displayed throughout spring 2025. From the very first practice to our final match, these girls gave it their all, and their hard work paid off. One of the most exciting highlights of the season was winning the Big Three title. Our co-captains Olivia Rumsey and Brooke Tabikas led the team with heart, dedication, and maturity beyond their years. Their leadership was instrumental in building a supportive and focused team culture, and I'm truly grateful for their guidance on and off the court. Throughout the season, several players stepped up in a big way. Elizabeth Tejeda, Kylan Mees, and Elle Pierce rose to the challenge by playing key varsity matches that contributed significantly to the team's success. Their willingness to compete and adapt under pressure was remarkable and deeply appreciated. Emily Freitas and Madison Tabikas played a mix of singles and doubles throughout the season, putting in the work every day to earn their spots. Their perseverance and fighting spirit were evident in every match. Tita San also stood out for her flexibility and strong play, consistently giving her best no matter who she was paired with. In second doubles, Ali Farias and Jalissa Fagna formed a strong partnership, showing great chemistry and consistent improvement. I'm excited to see how their teamwork continues to develop next year. Meanwhile, Leah Bassett, Janisha Gabriel, and Sophie Powell brought energy and positivity to every match and practice. They were always eager to learn and stepped up whenever needed, laying a solid foundation for the future of this team. Overall, the season was filled with memorable moments and inspiring effort. These girls showed what it means to be committed athletes and supportive teammates. I cannot wait to see what 2026 brings. Girls tennis. There were 6 seniors on this year's girls tennis team. They are Allie Farias, Emily Freitas, Olivia Rumsey, Tita San, Brooke Tabikas, and Madison Tabikas. We also had some Big 3 All-Stars. The first for singles, Olivia Rumsey. Also for singles, Brooke Tabikas. And for doubles, Big 3 All-Star, Madison Tabikas. Congratulations, Big 3 All-Stars. For team awards, the Coaches Award for Spring 2025 goes to Emily Freitas. And this year's MVP goes to Madison Tabikas. Give it up for girls tennis, everybody. All right, softball is up next. Softball is led by head coach John Ferreira with assistant coaches Tara McCann and Peter Martin. Coach Ferreira had this to say about his 2025 team. This season was a true testament to resilience, heart, and team spirit. While the record shows 4-16, the numbers don't come close to telling the full story of what these girls accomplished on and off the field. Led by 4 dedicated seniors who gave 100% every single game, this team showed what leadership, heart, and commitment really look like. 2 of those seniors stepped far outside their comfort zones to take on pitching duties the last 2 years, position they were not trained for, because that's what the team needed. Their willingness to rise to the occasion was a powerful example for every player on the roster. With lower numbers than we would like, we called up 5 8th graders who didn't just fill spots, they became vital members of the team. Thrown into varsity play, they held their own, learned quickly, and gained experience that will help shape the future of the softball program. This season came with its share of learning curves. When the wins didn't come easily, the lessons got deeper. Our players learned how to handle adversity, how to support each other through tough losses, and most importantly, how to pick themselves up and leave that last game behind to get ready for the next one. Sportsmanship, resilience, and mental toughness were just as important as batting averages and fielding percentages this season. There were several games where the final score did not reflect the effort fight, and heart our girls poured into every inning. But what did stand out most was their refusal to quit. Losing never broke their spirit. It only made them push harder. I can attest to that. You ladies had probably the best attitude every time I showed up. Music was playing, cheering each other on, warming up. Great team to be around. They gave it their all, if not more, every time they took the field. The camaraderie on this team was truly special. No matter the outcome, they showed up for each other, lifted one another up, and played with heart. We may not have walked away with a winning record, but we walk away with something more valuable. Memories, growth, and the pride of knowing we never gave up. That's a win in every way that matters. Softball 2025. Okay, 4 seniors on this team. Ladies, take a step forward. Caitlin Cucci, Michaela Gonzalez, Katarina Rumsey, and Rachel Silva. We also had 4 Big 3 All-Stars. Pitcher, Rachel Silva. We also had infielder Julia Rumsey. Also a Big 3 All-Star in the infield, Katarina Rumsey. Last but not least, in the outfield, Caitlin Cucci, Big 3 All-Star. There was one other Big 3 honor bestowed upon this team, and that's from the conference itself. This team won the Big 3 Team Sportsmanship Award, which is a great honor. Give yourselves a round of applause. Coach Ferreira has a number of team awards. First off, Most Improved, Maya Jussom. Come on up. Co-Rookies of the Year. Give it up for Samantha Aruda and Abigail Cucci. We have 3 Coaches Award winners. So give it up for Michaela Gonzalez, Caitlin Cucci, and Skylar Fernandez. The next award is a Sportsmanship Award in memory of a former athlete and student here who we lost 10 years ago to cancer. Janelle Nellie Eaton Sportsmanship Award goes to Katarina Rumsey. This year's defensive MVP Rachel Silva. And the offensive MVP for softball 2025, Julia Rumsey. Ladies and gentlemen, softball 2025. All right, our final sport of the night, the boys volleyball team, led by head coach Brendan Kelly and assistant coach Amber Aruda. All right, a recap from Coach Kelly. It was a very successful season for boys volleyball in 2025. After replacing 13 seniors and all 7 starters from last season, the boys volleyball team had a strong showing in its first season in the newly formed Big Patriot League. It combined the Patriot League and the Big Three for boys volleyball. While wins came at various points this spring, the team showed tremendous growth throughout the season. With many players gaining experience and playing time, the future is bright for boys volleyball here at Durfee. With the retention of the entire program, the Hilltoppers are poised for another state tournament run in 2026. Leading the way for the volleyball team were returning players from last year, captains Braden Bartley, Darwin Herrera, and Mason Freitas. The leadership these 3 players displayed helped bridge the gap for the JV call-ups and players brand new to the sport. All 3 players played multiple positions and were top performers game in and game out. Frank Picardo, Nate Borden, Steven Hernandez, Matthias Medeiros, and Wheeler Sokol, along with Gio Montalvan and Keandro Andrade, were all younger and new players who showed tremendous promise and at times looked like very experienced players. With such a green and new team, the season obviously had its ups and downs. The boys practiced hard with great detail, gaining experience day by day. The team finished strong down the stretch, winning 3 of its last 5 games, ending the season on a high note, avenging an early season loss to Attleboro on senior night. With a strong group of freshmen and sophomores, the volleyball team looks towards the future with a core group of players ready to etch their names into the culture of Durfee volleyball. On behalf of myself and Coach Aruda, I want to thank all the players and their families for a very strong and fun spring. The future is bright, and Durfee boys volleyball will be back where it belongs, competing in the Big Patriot League for years to come. Boys volleyball. Seven seniors on this year's team. They are Braden Bartley, Jose Carias, Mason Freitas, Darwin Herrera, Min Tuan Hun, Owen Matos, and Jonathan Pinero. We had some big Patriot League All-Stars as well, 3 of you. Braden Bartley, an All-Star and Scholar athlete. And Darwin Herrera getting the Sportsmanship Award for the Patriot League. Team awards. The Unsung Hero Award goes to Mason Freitas. Coaches Award goes to Darwin Herrera. We're going to make him run a lap, too. And your boys volleyball MVP goes to Braden Bartley. Ladies and gentlemen, boys volleyball spring 2025. Okay. Our final two awards of the night. The Athletes of the Year. All right. We'll start off here with our Male Athlete of the Year. A 2-year varsity football starter. Career totals of 47 catches, over 1,000 receiving yards, 12 touchdowns. 2-time Big Three Conference All-Star. 2024 Big Three Conference Co-MVP, 2-time Herald News All-Star for football. In boys basketball, a 3-year varsity player, 2-year varsity starter. 2024 SEC League MVP, 2-time League All-Star and Dave Collins Award nominee. And for baseball, a 4-year varsity starter, 2-time All-Conference MVP, 2024 SEC MVP, 2-time All-Scholastic Herald News, and 2024 Boston Herald All-Star Team. He'll continue his career at UMass Boston. Ladies and gentlemen, your Male Athlete of the Year, Ben Sherry. Okay. And our Female Athlete of the Year. A 5-year varsity soccer player. SEC champion and Big Three champion. 2-time Herald News second team All-Star. Big Three All-Star. 2-time co-defensive player of the year. A 5-year varsity swimming and diving competitor. A D1 state champion in 2023. In 2025, MIAA South Sectional Champion, a 5-time conference champion, 5-time Herald News All-Star, 3-time Herald News Athlete of the Year, was named to the Fall River Herald News All-Time Greatest Athletes for Swimming and Diving. Boston Herald All-Scholastic, Boston Globe All-Star, undefeated in dual meets the last 3 seasons, 4-time MVP, Rookie of the Year, and broke the 6-dive school record 4 times and the 11-dive school record 4 times. Was also a 4-year varsity softball player and 2024 Big Three All-Star. She will be diving at the University of Maine on a D1 athletic scholarship. Ladies and gentlemen, your Female Athlete of the Year, Rachel Silva. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an honor to once again be your MC for this. I know our athletic director, Brad Buston, has a couple final thoughts, so I'll leave you at this time, but thank you so much for a great school year and have a great summer. Please stay in your seats for one moment.
All right, yeah, great job, Ed. Big round of applause, Evan Massoud. Great job. Okay, so that is where everybody is going, okay? If you need elevator access, we'll be there for anybody that needs the elevator to go up. Coaches will pass out certificates, bars, pins, and letters, and hang around as long as you want. Eat a lot of pizza. I think we'll have a lot left over and everything. And great job. Have a great summer, everybody. Great job.